lot of runs in Honkai Star Rail that people have done. Most just do the path only runs, like erudition only, hunt only, nihility only, etc, etc. It's just gotten so far out of hand that people took to making element only runs as well, like fire, or ice, or even wind. Me being the cheeky person that I am, I just couldn't resist looking these up. But you know what element people often ignore in these runs? Only the element with the best husbandos, of course. Oh, and one MILF. That's right, imaginary. So I'm going to masochistically torture myself with the one element that'll be insanely hard to get a full team in. Luckily, thanks to the window of opportunity, I have at least guaranteed one character. And also, if you haven't noticed already, I suck at making scripts, so please bear with me as I continue on. The rules for this run are as follows. 1. Has to be free to play only. I already have another account to pay for, and this is for fun as means of broadening my knowledge further. 2. Story beats where I can't remove trial characters do not count. I may also use them in said fight if I need to. I may reference Musashi here or there for this, but I'm by no means talented enough to pull off what he's pulled off. At least, yet anyway. 3. I'm probably not going to be able to do endgame content unless I'm able. Hell, getting through the story will be difficult enough already, with some bosses being outright resistant to imaginary. I can think of a few right now. So, join me on this journey then, where, just like my love life, this playthrough is imaginary only. So we start out waking up with Kafka, looking at us with embarrassment, as we just call her Mom. It's okay. She thinks we're cute even though we're cringe. And then, like all other parental figures in my life, she gets up to leave to the store for a gallon of milk, leaving me to fend for myself. Luckily, we encounter our first husbando and another element greeting us for a kiss. Except not, because as the typical best friend, March has to intervene unless she also gets a kiss. Thanks, March. Oh well, stay the course. Only husbandos, and waifu, of imaginary only. Dan, honey, come see me when you're a dragon, and imaginary, and on Rada. It was at this point that I grabbed some treasure, and then witnessed March break into the control console right in front of me, then proceeded to blame it on me in front of Dan. Don't worry, March. Your secret's safe with me. I'll take the brunt of it this time. But you have my back next time, right? So we proceeded to talk to Budget Blade about the elevator before March realizes that she forgot the card? I've been there before. I understand. So we see the elevator go to... You know what? I'm sure you're done witnessing me recap the tutorial. You've all done it at least several times before. So let me fast forward a little bit until we get to... yeah, Himiko. Yes, Himiko. Lovely Himiko. If only she was imaginary. Anyway, Arlen bids us good day, and we're finally to the warning everyone gets when they start a challenge run. In that they have to have the trial character stay in their party no matter what. Well, that's okay, Himiko. You can stay here for a bit. I don't think I'll need you.
Turns out she did indeed need her.
Doctor, not yet. God. Anyway, here's Asta to introduce us to the gacha mechanic. Gotcha? Gotcha? Gotcha, 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 gotcha!
Stop that.
Right. Anyway, our first pull is always her. And always free. Unfortunately, she's fire too. Like Himiko. Himiko.
Why do I put up with her?
So it was at this point that I went to change my birthday to today's date so I can get more jades for adventuring. You know. Fun fact, I spent a day re-rolling for Welt before I gave up. So this was actually supposed to be 420.
Yes, very clever, funny number, haha.
Anyway, before the good doctor shows up, let me accept my Serval, who will then just be ticket fodder for the rest of my account. and the 20 pulls to see if we get nothing. Nothing good anyway. Good thing Dr. Ratio's guaranteed here, huh? Imagine re-rolling till I got well. Couldn't be me. Anyway, I exchanged to get a third multi to then still... No. No. Now let's see if we can get the gambling man himself.
What are you doing?
A vine boom?
Stop that.
Alright, fine. Can I still do the metal pipe noise?
Absolutely not.
God damn, Doctor. You just don't play around, do you?
No, I do not. Now get to it already. Greetings, I am Veritas Ratio. Knowledge should flow freely between people, and the same fate should befall truth. On behalf of myself, I will deliver upon you questions for a one-on-one quiz that takes effect upon being claimed. You can ask me about technical problems at any moment, and I shall do my utmost to give you a reply. But before you ask, remember to establish best practices for intense self-rumination, and remember that time is precious for everyone. As for me, so for you. Good luck. You're going to need it.
And finally, the good doctor makes his debut.
Professor.
I'm... sorry?
You shall call me Professor, for you're taking courses from me now.
Alright, Professor. We go to swap out our party to only Dr. Ratio now.
Professor.
Professor Ratio. Before we continue on to the next part of the run. So, bye Himiko, unfortunately.
Oh, don't sound too disappointed. I know you're not.
Before we go and level up our beloved Professor. Then we go ahead and wring all the codes out of the goodies and jades. Candy. Anyway, let's try to roll for adventuring once more. Maybe we'll get lucky.
What did I just say? Do that again, and you're going out in the hall.
So, anyway, we continue on until we unlock the travel log, and by extension, more chances for adventuring, as well as more chances to be disappointed.
You better not put another metal pipe noise.
No. I'll be good today. I promise. Damn. I almost wish I decided on quantum only. Maybe it's for the best. After all, there's only like 2 in the general pool as well. And there's no general 5-star quantums that I'm aware of. We're then met with the introduction of everyone's favorite and harder fight to solo at the end of the tutorial, the Doomsday Beast. Oh no, Himiko looks concerned. Doctor, we're gonna save her, right?
For the last time, it's Professor.
We finally get to our first fight with the Professor after several minutes and... 40%? I forgot your counterattacks are chance-based.
Doesn't matter, I'll hit anyway.
Oh, if only I had such good luck on the gacha. We go through, solve the simplest of puzzles. Before we finally make it to our first pitfall. Our taste of humble pie, if you will. Like Icarus, who flew close to the sun.
Yes, good job paying attention in class. That still doesn't excuse you from this blunder, though.
Well, it was very embarrassing to say the least. But I figured, what's the worst that could happen? Plus, I mean, Professor here is 20. He could easily solo this, right? Right? Well, unfortunately, no. Even Himiko's ult didn't do much to save me. It's okay, Himiko. You did your best. No, we were stunned and then trounced. See, Professor? I'm using big words now.
The faster the progress, the greater the chance of errors. Surely you've figured this out by now?
Not to be deterred, I had to try again. I had to be the winner. Surely this was a fluke. I just gotta get lucky is all. No way that was going to happen again, right? Right?
You know what the definition of insanity is, don't you?
Unfortunately, I gave up. Got some chests, broke some things in frustration, and rampaged around taking my anger out on the local wildlife. Is what I would say if I didn't have the professor die again to another tough fight. Why are these so difficult, Professor?
I'd tell you the answer, but it's best you figure it out for yourself.
Anyway, more chests to be had, more stuff to break, more disrespecting my surroundings.
Disrespect your surroundings!
No, absolutely not.
Either way, we've made it to the final stretch. The Doomsday Beast is upon us. The last fight for the tutorial. We've already embarrassed ourselves this much. We should be due for some success. I'm not awful at this game, right? I mean, it did take me several months to clear Floor 8 of Memory of Chaos. But I've cleared Swarm Disaster. Not torturous difficulty yet. But I'll get there eventually. There's still hope for me, right? I'm gonna beat this. I know I can. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that damage is not the best. But I think this is fine. It was not fine.
It was at this moment that I realized my colleague is having trouble trying to keep up. I took it upon myself to take matters into my own hands and salvage this playthrough.
Hey, this is my run. I can explain what happened next.
Clearly you're not doing this well enough, so let me describe for the audience how it's done. She forgot one key point in this battle from all the other videos she's glossed over. The importance of consumables and food could turn the tide and win this battle. Of course, she didn't take in this piece of advice. After all, this is what she gets for not studying hard enough.
So, I remember my food that I got from the codes, and I also kind of forgot about the traces, which definitely helped for this run.
Yes, we indeed did imbibe in some soda and candy we received from the mail and took forth to beating back the Doomsday Beast. It definitely wasn't my idea of a fun evening, but I digress. Now that we're in a better position, watch the master at work here. If you pay attention enough, then maybe you'll learn something. Watch carefully. I'm only going to do this once.
知識は尺と真理を探り語尾を根絶する
Alright. Stop showing off, Professor. It wasn't that cool.
It was better than most of your slapstick. I almost threw my chalk at you when you did that metal pipe noise. You may as well jangle keys to the audience at this point.
Damn, Professor. You don't have to be that harsh to me. So we helped Herto simulate a universe, unlock teleportation before finally making our way to the Polar Express. Because every time I see Himiko, it's like Christmas. She's like a present waiting to be unwrapped.
Oh, come off it now. You're fooling no one.
And so we meet Pom Pom, who then gives us a case of total whiplash as he goes from being angry to happily giving us stuff. So we finally take a seat before we watch a movie on IMAX until March interrupts us.
宇宙銀河列車アイオン SF 映画の世界にでも召喚されたの。私の体の中に性格とかいうわけのわからないもの。
What the hell, March? Who's invested? Oh well. Gonna take a nap then.
乗客は座席に戻るのじゃ。転ばない。転ばない。間もなく跳躍が始まる。しっかり準備をするのじゃ。転ばない。5、4、3、2、1。
Wow. My dreams are weird. And now we finally make it to the end of day 1. This was my first video on my first challenge run of this game. I hope I did well. This was also my first video in general that I've made. So I hope you enjoyed it.
And I'm Dr. Ratio. This was passable for a first attempt. C-. Don't get too cocky now.
Credits are in the description below. Like, subscribe, or don't. Either way, another video will come out in the next few days, and hopefully it'll be faster. Take care.